welcome to April. I'm Shivani, and I just had this opening line uh, before doing this. I had put gloss because I was doing the Leo reading, and at the end of the video, I realized I have lipstick on my teeth, and then I started the Virgo, and I was like, perfect. Thank God. I wiped all that lipstick off my teeth, and I blotted my lipstick, so now it's matte, not glossy. And I hope you guys would be okay to watch me now. I haven't thrown out the tissue yet. I hope that will do. Anyway, welcome to April. Let's talk about your astrology. Our astrology, I'm a Virgo rising, so it's interesting. This time is really like interesting because it's really forcing us to see our fears. But I believe like what all we've been through, it's just not that bad anymore. If you know what I mean, right? And I love how now I have a Virgo accent. Interesting. So this month we are having an opportunity to really face our most difficult feelings, our most difficult fears. And I woke up with this dream this morning where a shaman was speaking directly to me, or she was a healer, I don't know who was she, but she was really telling me. So I saw a couple of my friends jumping off into the lake or into the spring, and I was like, I just sat back and I was like, I can't do it. I'm just really afraid I can't do it. And she said, you're actually gifted. You should really honor and respect your fears. Because then we then went down and we realized that people who jumped from that height, they were really not in a good place. They really experienced some injuries. And the healer told me, you're actually gifted. You actually, your fears have actually protected you. And I woke up and I was like, wow, that's like the most genius advice I needed with someone experiencing 8th house transits right now. Aries season, 2 new moon in Aries. We needed this. You need this. Because the thing is, we try to conquer all our fears. We think fears are bad and I should be fearless before I do this or that. But with that message coming through, especially considering I'm recording this Virgo reading today, how interesting, right? If we start seeing our fears as something which are also protecting us, really honoring their sacredness, their presence, like not trying to completely erase them, but have them and listen to them from time to time and then make a logical decision. Do I want to listen to them? Is it really logical to listen to my fears right now? If yes, actually do listen. And if not, then say, thanks, but not right now. And I think like this time period is really teaching us this beautiful balance. It is actually pulling out our fears, it's actually pulling out our vulnerabilities, a lot of intimacy issues that we have in coming closer to people, in sharing our resources. It's really teaching us so much about being vulnerable, so much about sharing right now. So even though it's a vulnerable space to be in, it's also like opening our hearts, which I believe is so beautiful right now. The full moon in Libra is happening in our second house, and that just means that the last couple of days we really spent in working with our relationship with our self-worth around money, around wealth, around resources, and our own self-worth, you know. This full moon has also exposed all the places where we are, say, asking for wealth and money, and still at the same time holding a lot of fear and pain. Like I feel like mostly past trauma around it, or this idea that I can't hold it. It's literally exposed all my, at least, a lot of actually very shortcut, but very surprising places where I didn't know, wow, this is blocking my ability or my desire to call in wealth or money or the financial stability that I desire. Like so many choices that that my subconscious was making and I was not really even aware of. So really don't ignore whatever this full moon has brought in or is bringing right now as we speak around your finances. It's really exposing big time all the places in which, say, you are standing in your own way, and how do you get to change that story? How do you get to do some rewiring around it? Check out some resources. I have some resources in my membership around rewiring our mindset and to see things from a new perspective. But yes, this time period is really, 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 really crucial for us to dig deep into our fears or vulnerabilities, because we are being asked to go out there and start sharing. We are no more keeping all our resources to ourselves, like me coming out and doing these videos and really talking about the resources that I have in my membership. It's a great example, right? So this time is really encouraging you to know that, to anchor into what do you really have and how can you share it. And see, sharing is not just about coming on YouTube and doing a video. Sharing is also sharing in your partnership. Sharing is because 8th house is the house of intimacy. It's the house of intimate connections. For me, that translates into one-on-one connections, be it personal or be it professional. But at the same time, both of it makes me vulnerable. Both of it makes me really see my any of the blogs that I might have had around, any of the vulnerabilities that I might have had around being seen fully, being sharing myself fully, and being allowing that vulnerable connections to happen. Because see, we want to protect ourselves and we want to like not be seen. It would be so amazing if you didn't have to risk the fear of being seen. And what if someone rejects you when they see all of you? But that's when you know who is for you and who is not for you. You've not come here to shrink or to adjust or to be who you are not. And anybody or everyone who has been on the path with the false aspect of you, with that aspect which you are not, you were anyway never happy with it, right, Virgos? And so now this is the time to actually call in people or tell people who are already in your life that, see, this is who I am, and do you still love me? Because this is who I am. This is who I really am. And yeah, it's risky, but that's what we are playing with. Because I don't think we are in that mood anymore to see and check. Like, see, this conjunction is happening with also Chiron and Jupiter. Jupiter and Chiron will conjuncted in March. Sun and Chiron is conjuncting right now. In some days, around 11th April, Sun and Jupiter will conjunct. All of these conjunctions that are happening, they're really like fully illuminating and exposing the space in our life. And it's like really showing you who you really are. And then allowing you and giving you the courage to show other people who you really are, so that they can love you and they can support you and they can give to you in the way that you deserve and need and desire to be given. So what do you want? And how do you want it? Get clear on it. And trust that when you really anchor into your own sense, the right people will be magnetized to that energy and they will bring in exactly what you need. Because I don't think at this point you are in a mood to settle for anything less. At least I am not. Most of the Virgos are done at this point. Okay, later half of the month, after the eclipse happens, the eclipse is going to obviously be a big game changer. So a lot of shifts. Actually, you can witness on your external life as well based on other natal placements that you have. Look at what are the planets you have in your 8th house. So in that specific area, you would definitely witness a shift. Later half of the month, after the eclipse, when the sun moves into Taurus, you will have a deeper desire to travel. You'll have a deeper desire to explore and teach, to learn and teach. You will have a great desire to want to explore, to want to learn in new different ways, and just build strong foundations, because Taurus is very earthy and very like solid, just like you guys, right? It's a fellow earth sign, and you guys like to have strong foundations. So whatever area of your life, don't be afraid to place strong foundations. Don't be afraid to say, have to take your own time to build, be it in your career, be it in your relationships. You guys need a certain level, we guys need a certain level of familiarity, of foundation, of solidarity. Take your time. Yes. Pretty much it. Let's move on to the tarot. I already had 2 cards popped up. The first one was King of Wands. So you guys are shining right now. You guys are speaking your truth. You guys are really being like, this is who I am. This is what I want. This is what I need. Okay. You are really standing in your truth, and you're not afraid if someone doesn't like those curves. I told you 8th house rules intimacy, so it's intimacy in all levels. Okay, this is just who I am. Do you like it, or you don't? I don't care, because High Priestess, this full moon is kind of like making you unstoppable, because this full moon and this Aries season is really, as I said, that last bits of whatever vulnerabilities you were hanging on to because you were so afraid, Virgos, it's going away. Okay? Great cards. Yeah, like no swords, except we have the Queen of Swords, which is really about speaking your truth. It's really about drawing the line in the sand. It's really about drawing boundaries. It's really about letting people know who you really are. You are starting some great things as the month has begun. It's fueled by your passion. It's fueled by your desire. It's fueled by your sacral energy. And yes, you do also have the confidence to pull it off. You have the energy to pull it off. And this month is really asking you to trust your intuition. 8th house is also the house of Scorpio. It's the house of transformation and alchemy. It is also the house which is reminding you of your intuition. I posted the Libra full moon was really about relationships for all of us. So it is actually, if you still haven't like really explore your 7th house, you're a 7th house Pisces. And for us, relationships are deeply intuitive, and the rest of the world kind of like doesn't understand it. We are the High Priestess when it comes to your relationships specifically. I'm a Sun in Pisces too, so that's literally all of me, my brand, as you can see. But even for you guys, if you're a Virgo rising, your 7th house is a Pisces. And just look at where you have the Pisces if you're not a Virgo rising or a Virgo sun or a moon or whatever. Because This month is really asking you to really anchor deeply into your intuition, into that deep inner feminine voice which says, yes, no, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I know is right for me, this is I know not for me. Listening to all of that. The eclipse is kind of like really giving you this power to manifest whatever you want. Now, eclipses are not like technically the right time to do your manifestations rituals apparently, some, but I'm not talking about in terms of rituals. I'm talking in terms of your own energy. Okay, you are now at a place where you have the resources and you have seen what you have, and that's like, oh, game over, guys, kind of a vibe. Because later half it's like the universe is like, ting tong, I have something for you. Not like ting tong, like a drum rolls appearance, I'm sorry. But it's either you who is waking up everyone, or it's the universe which is waking up everyone to align with your truth. Either way, you win. Period. 10 of Pentacles. Is there anything that you want and you don't get it? No, nothing. That's the vibe of this season. That's the vibe of this month. Can I say reading is done? 10 of Pentacles. Everything. Every freaking thing can be yours. It is yours. And you see this as the month draws to the end, as you explore the whole of April. Okay. There can be a tendency to really, actually everybody has got this card, and I just feel like this is just reflecting on the past. I don't even feel this is like the current energy. I feel like this is something, this specifically, this is something which you're just like mourning the past, which you're like grieving the past. And sometimes you can get stuck into like how much my heart is broken or how much more healing I need, and I've been through so much. And you've sometimes, I think specifically around the new moon, before the new moon, there always tends to be tension, right before any of the full moons or the new moons. And that's when I think it's a call to remember that not all is lost, there is hope. Because when that happens, ooh, I mean, I just want to say that this is just past. This is not right now. And remember that when emotions come up, when memories pop in, when pain resurfaces, remember that it's not the present, it's the past. And can you like let it go with integrity, but also with authenticity? The Nine of Pentacles. You are this. And are you ready to be this? Are you okay to go from 9 to 10? Are you open? Are you willing to share your resources? You will be asked this month to be a little fool. Everyone is going to be. But I feel specifically with you guys, it's probably with your connections, with your relationships. Would you be willing and ready to be a fool and go from 9 to 10? Like, okay, 9 of Pentacles, you don't need anything. But it would be nice to have a cherry on the cake. Won't it be? Are you ready? Are you willing to be the fool? Even the Virgos, no, you guys are not fools. You guys don't like to be fools. You guys are very practical. But practicality doesn't mean that you cut off from your divine feminine intuition. You're a sacred feminine. You know it. I mean, yeah, most of the only women mostly watch my videos. Yeah. But yeah, the sacred fool gate, that energy right before the new moon, it's really going to encourage you to take a step rooted in your heart space. May not make sense logically, but makes all the sense when you consult with your inner high priestess, the divine feminine, the Pisces in you. Look, wait, you have Pisces in your chart. Yeah. Definitely, we end the month with something solid and beautiful. There is going to be some partnership, professional, personal, but you are being asked to share your resources and gain mutual benefit. Take time to rest, please. I feel like, these two cards kind of like tell a story of the past. So as long as you're honest with your feelings, as long as you are feeling your feelings, as long as you are reflecting but not taking it to heart, forgiving the past, releasing the past, feeling, letting it pass through you rather than bottling it up, it's gonna be fine. Just rest your body when you need to, because you do start the month really fiery and then you end the month really fiery. So yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff happening. So take care of your nervous system, do some breath works, restorative yogas. If it's too boring because the energy is so fiery, just lie down and listen to some Tibetan singing bowls. Or I would have done a Tibetan singing bowl, I don't have it around. Do it on my Instagram. Or just the best things I like to do is just listen to some meditation on Insight Timer, close your eyes, or go for a walk. But do give yourself some time to chill. But at the same time, know that if you have this energy to kind of like be out there and share those gifts, then those gems, then don't stop yourself. Like, the energy is really supportive right now. Really beautiful and amazing things are happening. Congratulations. I feel like this is something that you've been praying for. This is something that you've been wanting for a very long time, and kind of like starts showing up. The universe is like, yes, it's time. And yeah, I think like these two will really guide you this month. For me, this is also the inner child sometimes, because I feel like as children we're not that scared about the what ifs, what not. So yeah, this is actually a great time as long as you use your intuition to discern between your fears, which are actually fears, and fears which are actually potential threats. So you know what to avoid, what to take seriously, and what not to. In human design, if you're into it, I would also highly suggest you to explore into your fear gates. We have a workshop inside the membership where we talk about the fear gates of the spleen, and we do a rest practice, nervous system rest practice, for the times when you're feeling just a lot of fear, when we want to just call into more safety. And I feel like specifically times like this, when things start moving, we can tend to have a tendency to feel scared, to feel vulnerable, to feel like, I don't know if I can hold this all. I can hold these blessings. Do you know you can? You know you deserve it. And I feel like this full moon has really come in to clear away any last remaining cobwebs, to remind you that you actually can. You actually are worthy. You've always been worthy. So yeah, that's for you guys. I hope this really benefits you. If you want to check out one-on-one session, all links are down below. I do tarot reading, I do natal chart analysis, and I do human design reading as well. There might be some new offerings coming up this month, so please stay tuned with my Instagram link down below, or sign up to my newsletter. If you want to check out free meditations on Insight Timer, also down below. And of course, I talked about my membership already, but yes, Jewel is a membership that I'm so extremely proud of, because it's literally a space for me to gather all the resources that I have gathered throughout this time to heal and support myself. So there is mindset rewiring, there is intention setting workshops, there is energy clearing workshop, there is something to do with inner child, shadow work, a lot of EFTs, meditations, visualizations. Now we have, like last month we had a new workshop for beginners, a very beginner friendly workshop on how to read your natal chart. So if you are interested in something like that, where you get to learn, where you get to work, where you get to feel supported, it's a really like one pass access to all my teachings. There are all my courses as well, and there might actually be some new editions of the courses this month, I believe, maybe. Let's see. I'm sending you so much love. Have fun while all these fun things happen. Take care of yourself and enjoy the blessings. Enjoy it. Even when you're going through a lot of 8th house transits. It's very interesting. I think the whole collective is learning balance right now, because there's like blessings and we're still like doing the inner work. It's a beautiful alchemy. So thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know down below if this resonates, and I'll see you soon. I mean, I don't know. This is an experiment sort of. So I'm really not sure if that'll be there next month, but I'm liking it, so who knows. But I really hope this benefited you this month. Take care. Have a beautiful month ahead.